everybody. Are you sick of seeing me yet? I know I've been on YouTube probably 5 or 6 times today, I think. Well, maybe not, but hey guys. So I have a very important, like a VIP, a very important person joining me, my friend Rocky. Now, Rocky leads the GAG in Wisconsin, and right now is in an area where big old protest is set to begin tomorrow at 10 a.m. And I'm just going to keep his location secret for right now because conservatives get targets all the time. All right, so you guys, I'm going to welcome in my dearest, my gay best friend, Rocky Rodriguez.
Hello, Queen. How are you doing?
I'm
So
good.
happy.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be on. I appreciate it so much.
I really appreciate you, and I appreciate what you do. Oh my, Rocky, you've had a busy few weeks.
Yeah, really busy. We had a school board meeting at Dane County. Unfortunately, the trans sanctuary county bill passed 28-1. They even turned down a rewrite to make it have age restrictions for 18 and below, not to be able to have anything to do with the surgeries. And they voted against that and then voted to pass the bill. They were going to vote yes before we even started the meeting. And that's the sad part.
You know what, Rocky? I had a feeling because of how liberal the county and the state of Wisconsin has become. It's like for under 18, you would think that these people would say, okay, we need to protect children. We've seen what happens. And they said no. And you're right. I think they had it already set in their mind that we're going to declare ourselves that sanctuary county. And even if these laws pass, you can always come here to get those surgeries.
Yep. What I really worry about for them allowing them to pass the sanctuary county is I've already seen a lot of reports of people that are regretting transitioning and they're going after the states or the counties or the people who let them do it. And like what happens like 5-6 years from now, maybe 10 years from now, these teenagers that are coming here for sanctuary surgeries, which is child mutilation, let's get that clear. Anything that that's just I'm just really worked up about that right now. Like I felt like I couldn't do enough or I didn't do enough, but then regardless of how much anybody would have worked to try to make it not pass, it would have passed. But
Right.
now they're going to have to be aware that if somebody regretted it and it becomes like an issue and later on they want to blame somebody, they're going to blame the state, they're going to blame the county, they're going to blame everybody who let the bill pass, and then they're going to sue the of us. They're going to sue us to high heaven, and we're going to it's gonna I don't know, it's starting to look like California
Ugly
here a little bit, and it's scary. Yeah.
Isn't it scary when like we are all comparing ourselves to California? Like that is bad. That sets a precedence of like California doing all this, and then I
Mm-hmm.
think it was Washington followed suit, and then what, Minnesota?
Yep.
Remember how they, yeah, and now
Minnesota.
Wisconsin.
Yep.
It's like, why would you want to
Yeah,
be
I
anything
never would have
like
thought.
me? Neither. Like I could never live in California. I could never live under a tyrannical dictator like Gavin Newsom. And what's crazy is
No,
Ohio,
not at all. And
right? He's scary. So Ohio yesterday passed a bill against the transitioning of children. Adults, again, you're free to do with what you want to, but not kids. And of course, we're labeled as we're going to murder people. Oh, we're going to do that. It's like, no, we're not. We're saving kids from making a decision. If they want to do it after, and if let's say a kid comes out at 12, at 10, 11 years old, I'm a really a girl. Well, let's see if you could live for the next 6 years as a girl. And if you still feel that way, let's say on your 18th birthday, which only 10% do, the 90% go through that phase. If you still believe that at 18, okay, then you have our blessing. But while we walk this earth in this state of Ohio, you will not be doing that to any child. They banned gender affirming care here.
that is good for them because they obviously want to save their future. And to bring it back to the whole like Wisconsin being a sanctuary county, and it's just downhill from there. It's down from there. We're going to bring people from all over that can't get it done there. They're going to come here. They're going to come on Medicaid. They're going to make their taxes go up. We're going to have to pay more because they're going to offer these surgeries under the guise of it's medically necessary because they're going to off themselves. Like, I don't get that. That's emotional blackmail to tell a parent that if you don't do that for your
Uh-oh. They didn't like what he was saying, apparently. I'll wait for Rocky to come back on. There he is.
I don't know what happened there.
You're too fabulous for StreamYard.
No, but like, it's emotional to sit there and tell parents who love their kids so much that if you don't mutilate them, they're going to kill themselves. I'm sorry, off themselves. It's just you're not giving them any room to expand on the thought. I mean, years and years ago, you used to have therapy sessions, psychological evaluations. You know, you would have to live the life for a certain amount of years before they'd even consider medication or things like that. Now it's just you say so you can get the hormones, testosterone, replacements, blockers, surgeries. It's just they're giving binders to girls like grade school and stuff who want to hide their breast. It's pure insanity. I just don't know where it is or how much more it's gonna have to get worse. It's better.
Yeah. You know, I literally, my friend Tawaka Shadow Lurker Beer Mole says, "Hey y'all, stand up, Rocky, preach it, man." Rocky does. So Rocky, and like you said, 28-1, this bill has passed, even though Rocky gave it his all. And there were a bunch of other people standing up against this I think like 3 or 4 other people, Rocky, and they were standing up against this, and it's still passed. So
they wanted to do a rewrite, basically make it an age restriction, and they turned it down. They said no and just straight up passed it.
That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So I got your segment here, Dane County Board of Supervisors. This is your meeting, and I have to say how profound. I've played this before on my channel because I'm just so proud of you. And I think you did such a great job. You said yourself, I am a fact-based person. I am based off of facts, statistics, and just the truth. And they, like you said, they're going off their emotions, no statistical facts whatsoever, and passed a law based off of emotions alone. It's crazy. Yep. That's the old saying of, would you rather have an alive daughter or a dead son? Pardon me, but any parent that never wants to hear, that's preying on us too. Not just the kids are being preyed upon, but these parents are being preyed upon as well. It's like, get out of here, man.
It's like not even, besides the whole like mutilating the kids part, the pharmaceutical company is making millions of dollars off these people.
This is there's
more.
This is the legal opiate the legal opioid pandemic that we had, the epidemic, when Purdue Pharma did this and marketed OxyContin for the 6th the 6th vital sign of chronic pain. This is them doing this legally. And this is all money. It's big money. Gender affirming care, you withstand to lose a patient that's a lifetime. These people think, you just go through this puberty blockers or hormones or surgeries once. Nope. You have to have gender affirming care the rest of your life. That is millions of dollars to one physician alone. What they
4 million. 4 million. It's 4 million per person. Yeah. And that doesn't include reconstructive surgery, any kind of issues that may happen. That's just
baseline. Just a baseline. Wow. That's crazy. All right, I think you're breaking up again, but it might go in and out. I'm sorry. All right, I'm going to pull up your video, Rocky, and then we're going to talk about this of what was going on in this situation. But we're going to play Rocky. This is what Rocky said, and I'm so proud of you, Rocky.
All right. Next
Thank you.
registrant here in person is Rocky Rodriguez, registered, wishing to speak in opposition.
Can everybody hear me okay?
Loud and
Yes.
clear.
All right. Good evening, fellow representatives. My name is Rocky. I'm a 35-year-old gay man who lives in Wisconsin. I'm also a state chapter leader for Gays Against Groomers. Our organization opposes the sexualization, medicalization, and indoctrination of children, which includes drag shows involving children, gay propaganda in schools, and child gender transition. I am here today to explain to you why this proposal should not be pushed any further and how doing so will create a place that isn't safe for any child. For the last few years, I've seen a surge of violent and hateful rhetoric happening all over the country, but the hate that isn't happening to the people proposing this bill. It's happening to parents, aunts, uncles, and people like you and me who are speaking out against his radical ideology. Real gays, lesbians, and yes, transsexuals who all believe that children should be left alone to grow fully and naturally develop on their own.
That glare. Now, when I saw this before, and I saw who went up before you, Rocky, and it was the trans activist that you, of course, you're gonna have a bunch of suicide on your hands if you don't pass this bill. And like when you glare up, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I've only known you for a short time, but I feel like you're one of those people that I've known my entire life. And when I saw you look up and break away from your speech that you wrote, I'm like, he is saying this and with daggers to these trans activists. Is that true?
That is very true because in my personal opinion, I think people get transsexuals, who are actual people who live their lives as the opposite sex,
Right.
confused with transgender. I mean, it's completely two different things. And the distinction that they're trying to make between the two and kind of mesh them together makes it all kind of weird and warped to understand. So the transsexuals, they're, in my opinion, I think they want to live their life incognito and kind of within the group and not be noticed. But these transgender people make it all about, it's all about nonsense. I don't even have a word for it, but they're making up issues that aren't issues.
Right. Like, you need to call me a woman, and if you don't, you're a bigot.
Yeah.
Like, what? You still have your member. Why am I calling you a woman? You have XY chromosomes. Why am I calling you a woman? Why do I have to call you a woman? You can call yourself a woman all you want to, but I'm not calling you one, and you're not going to make me. Oh, they kicked him out again. I'll wait for Rocky to come back, you guys. You know, this StreamYard sometimes really sucks. Let's see. I want to see. You know what I mean? Right, Terry. Sorry, Rocky. Rocky, they keep I don't know why they won't let him in. There you are.
I don't know what's
Did you turn your Wi-Fi back on?
it's off.
There you are.
It's
Oh,
off.
somebody loves your shirt. Black stupidity, not puberty.
If you want to buy it, you can www.gaysforgroomers.com and go to our merch section. All purchases and donations go to help the fight to save the children. So any merch you buy, all that goes directly to our mission and making things happen. So we have it on there, a lot of cool shirts, hoodies, hats, t-shirts, stickers. I would check it out if I were you. It's a lot of cool stuff.
Is it gaysagainstgroomers.com?
Yes.
All right, you guys, there it is. That is the website. If you want to get Black Stupidity, not puberty shirts, go ahead and look. They do have a lot of merch, like Save the Tomboys and stuff like that as well. All right, here we go. Let's go back to this video. The daggers. I'm glad that you affirmed that with me.
Gays, lesbians, and yes, transsexuals
Oof.
who all believe
Daggers.
that children should be left alone to grow fully and naturally develop on their own. I'm saying this to you because in your proposed bill, you do not make any distinctions on the age limit or requirement with any claim this proposal makes. The majority of the fear-mongering scenarios that the trans community claims happens daily are simply not true. The age restricting of drag show bills, the limit access to gender-affirming care for minors, protection of bathrooms, locker rooms, and sports are to protect people and are in no way equivalent to genocide. I don't believe taking opportunities away from women is equality. Forcing girls to share private spaces with biological men isn't equality. Neither is calling them non-men or cis people. Mutilating underage children with surgeries and medication isn't equality either. Why am I bringing children up? Because again, this proposal does not mention them at all. There are no safeguards for anyone under the age of 18, and I'm tired of hearing that our rights are being taken away or we're under attack. No one is banning drag shows for adults. Nobody is banning gender-affirming care for adults. No one is telling you that you cannot exist, love who you want to love, live your life, do whatever you want to do to yourself. But when it comes to children, we have a problem.
Now, when Rocky just said that, he's having some technical difficulties here. When Rocky, you just said, you basically just put it out there. We're not saying how you can't go to a drag show if you're an adult. We're not saying you can't get gender affirming care if you're an adult. We're not saying that. We're saying that for children. And then the whole room erupted with applause, a round of applause for you. Even though you make complete sense by just leave the kids alone, they still passed this. It is unbelievable how crazy people actually are. So what was going through your mind when you are saying this? Like, what do I even have to like say this? It's common sense. What are you thinking at this point?
Well, first of all, it was my first ever speech I ever given in front of cameras or being live, any of that. And I was just shaking so much. Like I don't know, you could tell I like started a couple words and like up a little bit, but when they started to bring up like the cis people and this and saying, oh, well, it's always been a word. And it's like, well, you guys don't understand. Like you think you're offended when we don't call you by the right pronoun. How do you think you feel when you call us cis?
Right.
Like, I have a problem with that. Personally, I think it's the stupidest word ever. I'm happy Elon Musk said that cis is now considered, you can't use that word on Twitter anymore. I don't know if you saw that tweet he did.
I saw J.K. Rowling said something and she was not very happy. Like, stop with this like cisgender stuff. You know what I mean? Well, why can't you say they banned it from Twitter?
Yeah, they let me see if I have the article. I saw it on Twitter a couple days ago. I don't know if it was like a troll post or something, but Musk says cis and cisgender considered slurs on Twitter, which I think is, it's fair game if you can't say, the T word or the P word or the G word. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's only fair. You shouldn't say the third word.
Absolutely. Like cisgender was coined and brought, one of those sexologists, I think it was Volkwich Sigwich or Volkmore Sigwich, that was a pro pedo person, like pro sex with kids. And I'm like, I will not be ever called cisgender. The only people that are going to call me cis are my close personal friends and my sister. Enough with this cisgender shit. I am a woman, and if you are offended by that, that's not my problem. That's yours. Like, one of my favorite sayings, Rocky, is it is not the world's obligation to know what your triggers are and tiptoe around your insecurities. That's why I love that saying. Let me go back.
That is so true.
It is. All right. All right. So here's where you get, I think you did very well. I talked to you right before and right after you went on. And after I watched your segment, I had such chills. And I watched you spoke with such conviction. I know you were nervous, but I think you did a great job, Rocky.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome, honey. I want to play that part again because you were just absolutely you're not having it here. And I love it. I think it's one of my favorite parts.
No one is telling you that you cannot exist, love who you want to love, live your life, do whatever you want to do to yourself. But when it comes to children, we have a problem. The whole purpose of of a ban is to not make it available to anyone. Age limits are not an attack. They are boundaries adults are responsible for making to protect children from premature decisions. Our problem as parents and gay people is that once you involve children, that's where the majority of Wisconsin and Americans have a problem. What rights do trans people have that I do not have? As a gay man, we can vote, we can drive, we can get a job, we can own a gun, we could buy a house. Anything our straight counterparts can do, we can do. I have nothing against trans people. I have a problem with the harmful ideology that is being introduced to minors in schools, music, movies, TV, and worst of all, social media. A person's brain isn't fully developed until 25 years of age, sometimes even later. If this bill passes, it would allow a child at any age to be prescribed puberty blocker hormones, testosterone, and even receive so-called gender-affirming care.
I love that part too. Rocky, so if a 7-year-old came in there and said, I'm a girl, they can get cross-sex hormones or puberty blockers?
Yep.
A 5-year-old.
And like, you're not even, and then they don't even have to go to like therapy and stuff. They just got to go see, well, they got to go see a therapist, but they only need is a letter. And half of these times, the therapists are not therapists, they're activists, and they'll stamp anybody they want and send them on through. Just like, for example, Matt Walsh got into and approved surgery in 22 minutes.
That's insane. That's insane. I seen the interview that he did with the with all of the activists. They're not physicians, they're no longer therapists, they are activists. Yep. And as soon as he said, well, what is a woman? Or as soon as he challenged them, isn't this the same medication that you're giving to sex offenders to castrate them, to chemically castrate them? I don't want to talk no more. That interview's over.
This interview's done. Done.
Right. Right.
You're done.
So my 5-year-old said he was a dog. If I lived in one of these sanctuary cities, so you mean to tell me I have to go take my son to go get neutered? Because but isn't that the same thing? So what about my dog who says I'm going to be a cat from now on? I have to affirm that don't make no damn sense. It really doesn't. That's very sad.
You're too funny.
I love you, Rocky. I just, I'm so grateful that you stood up. And even though this was it was set up from the get-go. They already have this. They already were going to vote on it. Oh, just let these stupid people that are speaking facts and truth, just let them say whatever they want to. We're already going to vote on it. They already knew. This needs to be overturned. Sure. This needs to go to the Supreme Court. When some kid that has been given puberty blockers at age 9 and he's completely sterilized and grows out of that phase one day to detransition, they better sue the shit out of Dane County. That's all I got to say.
Surgeries like mastectomies
and
right,
that even adult women that are in need of them are denied. There is no science-backed truth behind being able to pause and start puberty. You are stunning the mental and physical development of these children. It's a sexual lobotomy. Marcy Bowers, a prominent transsexual and surgeon, has come out and said that anyone in Tanner stage 2 will no longer have the ability to orgasm and will be 100% sterile. Is this what you want for your children? Allowing this bill to pass will make it possible for a minor to sterilize themselves based on feelings that can change in just a few short years. That's all I have to say.
Now it seemed like you had a lot of supporters over here. What was this like, Rocky? What was it like? What was this like? How were they treating you when you came in here?
Like a normal person. They talked to me, said hi. There was no animosity because I don't shove my lifestyle and my ideology and what I believe down anybody's throats. It's nobody's business what I believe in, who I sleep with, or what I do. Hi, my name is Rocky. I'm here to do some business and let's get it done. They don't need to know anything else. And there's just the boundaries and respecting people. And I think nobody does that anymore, that everybody ends up hating each other. There's no more lack of self-accountability, being, polite, and actually what together was the fact that we're on the same mission. We want to save the kids, and that's what we're here to do.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, just out of that. And it's just, I'm not the typical gay man you see on TV. And that's what I want to understand. Like, what you guys see online and on TV and TikTok and the news, that's not us. That's not actual lesbians, gays, transsexuals, the whole QTIAS two spirit. That, no, I don't know what that is.
Oh yeah, it's crazy anymore. It's like I talk to a lot of old school gays, right? And old school lesbians, and they are 100% on board with leaving kids out of sexuality. Even the gay parents that I know, they say the same thing. Just leave these kids alone. And even they're labeled as hateful and everything. It's like, if I say, here's 1,003 times, well, probably four now, 1,004 times, leave kids alone. Oh, that's it. And of course, I hope, I hope that people will just one day see that I don't care what any adults do on their own free time. I had somebody ask me earlier, so what if a guy in his own home likes to wear women's clothing? What do you think about that? I'm like, do you think I care about that? If he wants to be a cross-dresser, I don't care. It's in the privacy of your own home. Now, if you want to come and wear fishnets and look like Dr. Frankenfurter, like, it's just a sweet transvestite. How did it go? Wait a minute. How did it go? Since we're talking about your name, there's like one of my favorite musicals is the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Where did it go from transvestite to transsexual, and then all of a sudden transgender? And if you can't say tranny, if you say tranny, oh my, you might as well have just said the N word. What the hell?
Well,
how is that possible?
From my understanding of it, transvestite is just another word for a drag queen or a man who likes to dress in women's clothing. Transsexual is somebody who transitions from their sex to the opposite sex. Transgender is an umbrella term for non-binary, two-spirit, all this, they, them, z's, her, bugs, like that whole, that's what transgender is. It's complete BS. Not only that, everybody thinks if you're a furry, you're part of the community. If you're a map, you're a part of the community. Like, I don't know who's making these decisions, but nobody asked me if I was cool with it. And I'm sure as the hell I'm not cool with it.
Right. Like, exactly.
You got people in dog costumes, like, doing perverted stuff in front of kids at Pride. And you got sick, perverted men pretending to be drag queens to read to kids just so they can kick the rocks off. You got so many people infiltrating the community and using it for their own perverse advantages that no wonder the community is down to like 66% approval rating now, the lowest it's ever fucking been.
Wow.
Since we've been, it's just they're ruining the community, and we're not. And it's just like, I'm pretty sure people are fed up with it. Just more people need to stand up and say something to it. And when I mean people from our own community. You need to be like, knock it off. You're not making it good. And if you're going to keep doing this, you're going to have to go somewhere else.
Right. Absolutely. Every gay and every lesbian that is not okay with the grooming of kids needs to absolutely stand up and say something. Don't be afraid to stand up for kids. Don't be afraid to be labeled as a bigot. Don't be afraid of their neoliberal trigger words. Don't be afraid. Stand up and say something and what do you think? They're going to cancel you? They're going to get you fired from your job? Well, then you sue. And you sue some more, because you should not be too afraid to say, I want to protect children. And Rocky, you know what I think it was? Like, when this whole shift started happening with the maps and all this, the drag queens that were sex offenders that were getting arrested in the public libraries because they were on the registry, and they're reading to kids, and the library didn't even vet them to see if they were on the sex offender registry. And so I knew, and before that even happened, I said, oh man, this ain't good. This ain't good, because like criminals are, the criminal behavior in their brains, they're going to capitalize. They're going to use that umbrella thing of the trans community or the LGBTQIA plus minus maps, whatever. They're going to use that umbrella term to capitalize and, like you said, get their rocks off. And it's like, we need to prevent that from happening. We don't want to ban, like you
Mhm.
said, drag shows for adults. I've been to my fair share. I used to bartend at a gay bar. You know, I never once had a problem with drag queens. I never once had a problem with any transsexuals. I never once had a problem with gays or lesbians. I had a problem when they started grooming kids. Period. Dot.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't understand.
Back in the day, like I remember there was never any kids around at pride events or when you go to clubs to drag shows. Like I love drag. I I wish the parade would be more, conservative in a way, like where you don't have to be such sluts about it. You could show your appreciation and show your pride, I guess, and in a better way to represent the community as a whole. But other than that, like I love going to drag shows. I love what to do when it comes to being gay, like all the nightlife, the fun. I love it, but I have a problem with it when you involve kids. Like there shouldn't be kids at 11 o'clock at night in a drag show dancing on stage, getting money from adults. There shouldn't be a transsexual who has full boobs done, no bra, letting a child put money in her fake boobs. Like that shouldn't
You
happen.
know, it's so crazy. Like the drag shows that I've been to, Rocky, I think I told you all about them at this club called Bounce. It's no longer there. It was on West 25th in Cleveland, right on the corner. As soon as you hopped off the freeway, boom, there it was. And when I tell you that I saw things that even made me blush, like real live sex acts on the stage, drugs, all kinds of stuff that, yeah, no child should watch. It's insane. Have you
Yeah.
seen the Desmond is Amazing yet on Good Morning America? They were pushing this, like he's like 7-year-old drag queen.
Yeah. Do you know
Oh
what's
my
even
God.
worse though? You heard of that show, RuPaul's Drag Race?
Yeah. What happened?
Well, RuPaul and got Desmond more like known, I guess. Wanted him to. He was at DragCon, like he's with Michael Alec, the guy that the movie
No,
Club
the
Kids was
club
based.
kid,
Party Monster.
the
Yeah,
club kid, the one that
Party
killed
Monster movie.
Angel, the heroin
Yeah.
dealer.
Well, get this. They did an interview with Michael Alec, some other guy, and Desmond is Amazing, and behind them there were two pictures of like symbolism for date rape drugs and all. It's
For real.
online. You can look like Michael Alec and Desmond Amazing interview, and apparently his mom was there.
Yeah.
But if you look at the interview, he looks really drugged up. It's
Yes.
insane.
Desmond is Amazing with Michael Alec. Michael,
Yeah.
oh my God, get the frick out of here. With Michael Alec, he did time in prison for murder.
He did
Oh
this
my
interview
God.
like not even a year or two after he got out of jail. Prison.
Oh my God, Desmond is Amazing. Possibly the most effed up story on the internet. Michael Alec and Desmond is Amazing. Is that the one with the ketamine on the couch? Oh no,
Mhm. Yes.
I see one here. It's called Pew, and it's
Yeah. You
I
number
got
442. Desmond is Amazing.
oh my God, Rocky. This is so creepy. I wouldn't want to be in a room alone with Michael Alec. There he is, Michael Alec. Oh my
If you look
God.
at the poster,
Rohypnol. Oh my God.
yeah, that's the date rape drug.
Yes, it is.
And look at the kid's face. Look at the kid's
Look.
face. Like he looks out of it.
This is
Yeah,
Michael Alec,
he's-
you guys. Michael Alec was known for I'm going to link this video because I can't show it because it's got a child in it and I don't make content for children. I just can't even I can't even. It's on PU channel. Oh my God. Like I've seen Desmond is Amazing before and again this kid looks like he's high. It's so crazy. here is the link, you guys. It's in chat. What the F? What the F? Would we lose Rocky again? Yeah, this thing keeps going off. I can't even. Alec died in December of 2020. Did Michael Alec died in December of 2020? I didn't know that. Well, you know, I sincerely hope that Angel was there to usher him downstairs to hell where he belongs, because I can't even. That guy was lured to Michael's apartment in New York City, and they cut him up. They tried to shove Drano down his throat and everything. This guy wouldn't die. He would not die. And then they ended up chopping him up into pieces and putting him in the East River. Oh my God. That is so. I don't even know how he got out of prison, but it's New York for you. So that's
Mhm.
probably why. Yeah. I guess he's dead. I wonder why. Probably drugs.
I mean, as a parent, though, I would think you would want to know who your child's going to be around, and you would want to research this person. And I'm pretty sure if you looked up his name, you would see what he was done and what he did. And you're still going to let your kid go do that? I don't. I think it's there's an ulterior motive to why Desmond is the way he is, and I think it's being pushed by his mother
and his father too. The father too.
Yeah.
Just, it's crazy. I think this child was sexually abused. I can't say for sure, but I think he was abused 100%. Something. I used to be obsessed with club kids, and that whole culture of club kids in New York City, because they were just so fabulous and so grotesque and so but even these party goers would say Michael Alec's parties were the best, and I was a little kid, so I wasn't allowed to go to these parties, obviously, but they said his parties got more and more grotesque as he went on.
Mhm.
And it was at first it was funny and just outlandish, and then it was morbid. And after Angel had died, and they basically got away with all of that murder, it's for a little while, and then his family came a knocking, hey. But
Yeah.
I would not allow my child around Michael freaking Alec. That would just be like, hey, Charles Manson, you want to babysit my kid? What the hell, Rocky? What the hell? Or
no.
what's that bitch's name? Andrea Yates, that drowned all 5 of her kids. Hey, Andrea, would you like to watch my little one for a little while? You can feel free to give him a bath.
Or take him swimming.
Right. Oh my God. Yes. What is that one Susan lady? The one that drowned her babies in her car? Oh my God.
Oh,
I forget her last name.
I don't
Susan
remember. Oh, I don't remember her name.
Yeah, she drowned her kids in a car. Susan something. Let me look. Susan drowned her kids in her car. Drowned kids in a
Susan
car.
Smith.
Susan Smith. That's right. She was that's yes. I'd rather Susan's. No, I wouldn't want any one of them to watch my child. That's absolutely absurd. Oh, I brought up a video, you guys. I wanted to do this with Rocky while he's here. Rocky, 30 kids have gone missing in Cleveland over the last couple of weeks. Did you know that? Tell me that ain't
not.
crazy. Yep. So I got a video
That's very
here.
sus.
Startling story.
Sus as it gets. So oh my gosh.
Startling story.
I gotta God bless America. I'm trying to
What
pause.
the hell was that?
I'm just trying to pause the video here. That was a Los Angeles McDonald's being absolutely obliterated. That was the title of the video. Los Angeles McDonald's is obliterated by a bunch of kids.
Is that what happened on the Juneteenth where they stole the registers out of the store?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you what, California, I wish it would just fall into the ocean already, because you guys are so uncivilized over there. A bunch of cave people, cavemen. What's wrong with these people? What is wrong with these people in California, Rocky? Have they been dumped on
Mental
their head?
health.
Raw, dude. I think Northern Californians are more conservative than the rest of California. You could save them, but let everyone else fall into the damn ocean already because y'all nuts, bunch of Looney Tunes, I tell you.
Startling.
All right, here it
Out
is.
of the Cleveland area, almost 30 children were reported missing over a 2-week span at the start of May. And for more on what's happening there in Northeast Ohio with this story, we're going to be joined right now by Newburgh, Ohio Police Chief and President of the nonprofit called Cleveland Missing, and that's John Majoy, and he joins us now.
Now don't go speeding in this fool's look, this guy, and I can't call him a fool because he's a chief of police, and I don't want to be disrespectful because my great uncle was chief of police. All right. Do not speed in his city because they have cops up at the top of the bridges. And yeah, if you like go like 26 and a 25 in Newburgh Heights, you're gonna like get a ticket. But here he has a nonprofit organization that helps missing kids in Cleveland. 30 since May.
Chief Majoy, thanks for being with us here to discuss this story. We came across it today. We wanted to bring you on. I think a lot of viewers want to know essentially what is happening. How many children have been reported missing in just the first few weeks of May there in the Cleveland area?
So we had a total of 27 reported in 2 weeks, and so which is an unusually high number. But I think one of the key things is that we don't want to raise public alarm that the kids are being randomly abducted off of the streets or something like that.
27.
Sounds like
Rocky. 27.
Sounds like they are
kids.
being snatched.
It does. Why don't you keep it real, Chief? And people want to know why I'm like one of these mothers that is like this with over her child at all times. Please. I don't leave him out. I don't even leave him outside in our backyard alone at all. If he gets so pissed at me because I'm like, dude, come on in for a minute. I gotta pee. Come on in the house. He gets so mad at me, but I'm so afraid that somebody's gonna pull up and snatch him. No, absolutely not. Yeah, we don't want to raise public alarm. Well, why don't you tell that to the 27 parents, the 27 pairs of parents that no longer now have their child? They're missing.
Some of these might be runaways. There's no evidence of any abductions at this point. We would have had an Amber Alert or an endangered alert or some other type of alert. So
we have.
Rather, they're just simply reported missing juveniles between the ages of 12 and 17. And it's an unusually high number for a 2-week period early in May. Again, we just want to get the word out there to the public because we want the public to be able to help us out and bring these kids home safe.
Chief Majoy, you've been in this business for what, over 3 decades. Is this a spike that you've never seen before? And are you particularly concerned? Have you ever seen this before?
I've not seen this before, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's something that we need to really raise a red flag about. I mean, we see spikes in robberies, burglaries, sometimes sex crimes, ATM robberies, whatever the case may be. And so there's always cause for concern anytime a crime goes up in a number that is outside of the norm. But all the same, again, I think the key here is to just bring awareness to this because these kids, they're young, they're naive, they're subject to predators. There's a lot of wolves in sheep's clothing out there that may want to take advantage of them. If they're runaways, they generally don't have an identification with them. It's hard for them to get a job. They're going to have to resort to other means to feed themselves or put a roof over their head. And some people would like to take advantage of that. And next thing you know, they don't even realize that they're becoming victims of crime themselves.
Yeah, and then to your point, you're alluding to the fact that this is not part of a very well-coordinated criminal enterprise that kind of swept up all of these juveniles here. But do you have?
Yeah, did you know that Toledo, Ohio is the 3rd in the nation for human trafficking? Yeah.
No, what I want to know is he said this is an abnormally high number of abductions. What is?
This thing. Exactly. Rocky will be right back. This is absolutely right. We haven't seen 27 kids. We haven't seen 27 kids go missing in a 2-week span. Almost 30 children going missing in a 2-week span. That is trafficking. I don't care what anybody says.
That's 2 a day for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's feasible for
with all the cameras that are around, all the Ring doorbells, all the dash cams, all the business cameras, you're telling me nobody caught anything on their video cameras or any kind of security monitoring system? Nobody caught anything.
Apparently not. And there we are now in almost the end of June, almost going on 2 months, and you ain't found these kids yet or a shred of evidence. It's like the X-Files, like they were just abducted by aliens and we'll never see them again. My cousin Tiffany went missing when I was a little girl, and we've never found her. We had a serial killer in Ohio on death row already claim that he was the guy that took my cousin, and would never after that first initial confession, he clammed up and said, "No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that." So we never got to find her. We didn't find her body or anything. So it's crazy. Tiffany Papish.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's very crazy story. But let's see what this. I don't understand how they don't know where these kids are. So let's finish this up real quick. Well, we can pause it again, but
Do you have any leads? Do you have any evidence to put forth there?
I agree.
That these missing children could be swept up into, like you said, some other criminal enterprises? Or do you have any tips that they might be found soon? Have you been in touch with some of their family members? What's going on here?
So we have gotten calls from some family members at Cleveland missing, and not an unusually higher number than what we normally get, maybe just a few here and there. But again, there's no real tips that are coming in that indicate that there's some sort of criminal enterprise or something else out there. It's really hard to say what exactly is causing this uptick in this.
I'm sorry. I don't even. I'm finding it remarkable. I love what he does. I love what he does. But why are you saying that this isn't a criminal enterprise? If I was if I was a mother like that, I would be calling you every 5 minutes. Have you found my child? Have you found my child? What are you doing? Why are you in your office right now? Why aren't you looking for my son? You know what I mean? I am so ashamed of my city right now. What do you think on this, Rocky?
I think he's covering for something. I mean, if you're trying to cover it up, the first thing you're going to say is this is not a crime ring. This is not happening. It's the first thing you want to do for PR, like damage control. The fact that you have no witnesses, no video evidence, no like realistic tips in the last 2 weeks, it sounds like you don't want to find these kids. It sounds like there's something bigger going on. And not to mention, I don't know if people know this, but there's a lot of cave systems in like a lot of areas, a lot of national parks where they're like tunnels that they traffic people through. I know it sounds crazy, but I mean, there's this movie coming out on the 3rd and the 4th called Sound of Freedom. It's about child trafficking and saving them, and they go into it. But if you look up all the national parks and you look up the amount of people that go missing every year, you'll find clusters in all these areas. When you put the amount of missing people, the national parks, and the cave systems, these cave systems are actually where they're maneuvering around. Like with Jeff Epstein's island, they had a submarine. Like they're not working on our ground; they're working below us.
Oh my God. They are in the shadows. They are going, yes. And a lot of these officials, and I don't want to I can't say that this chief of police is connected with that anyway, but a lot of the times, especially with Jeff Epstein, he had politicians and he had, officials, like police officials working with him. And in that, and we don't know who's in NAMBLA. We don't know if they are playing a part in this. And like you said, the first thing you do is say this is not a criminal enterprise. I'm sorry, but my first thing out of my mouth, if it wasn't, I would be like, I am investigating this to make sure that it isn't a criminal enterprise. That's what I would have said. I wouldn't have said, well, there's nothing to look at here, folks. It's definitely not a criminal enterprise. Don't look over here.
I mean, he may not be in cahoots or like covering for it, but maybe he's being pressured by outside entities that are like, if you talk about this or you say you're going to look into it, we're going to come for you. I mean, look at again, I just want to let me reiterate this, in my opinion, the way things have been going with the Biden administration and how he's using the DOJ and the FBI to target people. Who's to say
Yes.
that it's not connected in certain ways and they're pressuring him to back down,
Right.
play
I
dumb?
think
He may not be
right.
protecting them, maybe he's protecting himself, but personally to not have any kind of evidence, 27 kids, 2 weeks, all the technology and cameras that are around on every street corner, they're telling me to call nothing. That is suspicious.
It really is. It really is, Rocky. I can't even. I want to see it. What else does this guy have to say? I think I appreciate your opinion on that. It's especially these enterprises are very scary. They're very scary. They're very powerful. They're everywhere. And Biden let 22 million people in. We don't know if all those people are good or not. Can we 100% say that every one
Mhm.
of the 22 million people who have came into America illegally are good people? No, you cannot. And if you can, I would give you everything that I have. You know,
Also wanted to
Crazy.
ask as well, since this initial report was put out, have any of them been found since?
There have several that have been found, which is a good thing. But of course, when there's
How
also a couple
many?
that have been reported missing since the original report came out. And so, as you see on your screen there, there's one of the things that should be brought to the public's attention, and that is where you see photo not available. Unfortunately, we see this all too often, and we need to make sure the parents have current photos of their children. And if you never need them, that's fine. But it's really hard to chase down somebody's name when you're looking at just the name, rather than if you can put a face with a name or something like that. And another key here that we want to bring out is that the public is our biggest asset. And so we really need people to, if they see something, to say something. If something doesn't look right, then they should say something. If they see a young child that just doesn't seem like they fit in as to where they're at the moment, or they're being pushed away, or they look like they're under the influence of narcotics or alcohol or something like that, they really need to call law enforcement, have law enforcement check it out, because all it takes is that one tip to bring a kid home safe.
That's true. Remember JC Lee Dugard's story? Oh God, that Philip Garrido, Nancy Garrido. That was so heartbreaking. In my hometown, the Ariel Castro story with Amanda Berry, Gina DeJesus, and Michelle Knight, they were right on the west side over off Imperial Avenue for 10 years. 10 years. He had them chained up and barricaded in his home for 10 years. I'll never forget the day when Amanda Berry broke out, and that guy, he was like, there's this white girl, Charles, his name was Charles, oh gosh, I forget his last name, but he was so funny. He's like, so this white girl is coming out of the house screaming she's been kidnapped. You got to get this white girl. This white girl's hugging on me right now. He's like, this ain't normal. But he turned out to be a hero, to call the police immediately, and
Mhm.
again, I think if you see something that's odd, but we see these liberals now going, if somebody like does this with their hair, oh my God, that's a signal she's a victim of human trafficking. Right?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I mean, here's an idea though. I thought about it. You know how there's like Apple Air tags and stuff?
Yes, I have
Why not
several
make sure that your kid always make sure they have something always on them, and you could Apple AirTag their ass, and then if something happens to them, you know where they're at, and make it because the kidnapper or whoever trafficker make no way to recall anybody. So the moment thing pop on air.
right.
I mean, it's an idea. I mean, we got to be smart with these people because it's not going to stop. We're going to have to find a way to fight back. And that's, being aware of your surroundings and what your child is doing is a huge one.
Yeah, always be one step ahead, right? Always think and don't have any make sure that there's not a chance to have regret. Like this cop said, there's kids here that their parents didn't even have an updated photo of their kids. What do you mean? I'm a parent and I have probably 42,000 pictures of my kids in my phone. I'm taking a
Right.
picture every day of my kid. Like, I don't understand it.
And
But
if they
again,
can't
I'm
find a
looking.
picture, these kids have Facebook. Everybody has a Facebook. put in their
Yeah, not
name.
my
It's
kids.
it's like they're not finding the effort to find pictures for them either. It's just, I don't know. The
Right.
whole thing is maybe they just don't want them to be found.
Maybe they are, and I'm noticing a lot of people from 4th district in here, and 4th district is a very rough part of Cleveland. Let me see if I can pull it up again to where they did the flash of the screen of these children. They did the missing persons thing. Yeah, here we are. And they're showing all these, several have been found, but how many is several? They didn't say who has been found. And I also saw somebody that was on the screen as 56 years old. Here, let's
Yeah,
go look
those are
on
just
here.
all missing. Those are all just
Yeah.
dead of all missing people. It's not the recent people that are missing, just because of the ages too. And they didn't specify if the people that were found were regarding the 14 kids that got, or the 27 kids that are missing, or if they were
Yeah.
previously already missing from before. So you're just trying to
Right.
make it seem like you're finding them, but you're telling a lie with the truth. That's how I see it. Like
Exactly. Exactly. And it's
like
they're
32.
Yeah, 32, 16, 16. And this kid here, I got to shut off the close cap. 16 years old. Okay, he went missing the 9th of May. On my birthday, the 10th of May, Jabrari Dancy went missing, and he was 16. Melissa Hines, 16, went missing on the 12th. This lady, 32 years old, missing. Where are these people? Where are they? Deja Dowell, she's 15, District 3, 3rd district is downtown. Eternity Taylor Cheney, 16, 16, 15, Asia Henderson. About that age is where they want to, that they would be sold into sex trafficking. These ages, 24, 33, 56, 18, Rayshawn. This is insane, Rocky. These are dating back to
It's
April.
mind-boggling. That's insane.
I'm gonna look up
And I don't know,
Cleveland
like you
missing.
scroll back down to where there were the ones that were missing on May 9th, May 10th, May 11th, and May 12th. That's a lot of days.
May here's 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 7th, 9th, 10th, 12th, 2 people in one day. 13th, 15th, 15th, 17th, May 15th to 17th. I think that was one. I want to go to clevelandmissing.com. CLEVELAND missing. Because I want to know if they have upgraded their they're missing. Where is the people that are missing? Cleveland missing persons resources. Well, where is it? Where would I find the
people who are returned?
Right. Well, but where do I see who is missing? I don't understand.
Oh.
Where are the kids? You would think that if you have clevelandmissing.com, then you would have, here's who is missing. Where are they? I don't understand. Oh, there's Gina DeJesus right there. Yep, she was one of the people that she's a type of, see, that is Gina DeJesus was abducted April 2nd, 24, walking home from school in Cleveland. She was held against her will for 9 years and eventually escaped with 2 others on May 6th, 2013. Gina's powerful story is around, it was known around the world, but I still don't see the tab where who's been missing. Where are they? Do you see where it says it, Rocky? Volunteer.
No, I'm trying to find it, and I also says, yeah, no.
Missing persons.
There should be a page of recently missing and then recently found.
There's nothing. Here's the statistics for human trafficking. May 2023. Yeah, Ohio was the first, was the 2023 task force report. All right, let's see. What do we have here? Mike DeWine signed us in. I want to see how many people were. It doesn't say where people were found. That we don't know if who was found, who was missing. We don't get to see any of that.
Yeah,
10 men in
no.
Cuyahoga. Oh, I remember this. We had a teacher involved. Ohio human trafficking sting nabs 10 men, including a teacher. Did you see this one, Rocky? Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one's bullshit.
Hey, Jen, do you have any viewers
buddy.
or subscribers that?
Well,
Any what, honey?
I was gonna say, do you have any like subscribers or viewers that live in St. Louis area that are free to Saturday?
I don't know. Any of you guys here from St. Louis area? Because Rocky has here, I'll let you Rocky, take the wheel. Look at that. You like that? That's
All right. So
that's a ninja.
I'm gonna hand over the camera to our chapter director of chapters so he can plug the event real quick.
Okay,
Awesome.
cool. Hey there. Yeah, Rocky and I are hanging out in St. Louis this weekend. So we are protesting the Pride event in St. Louis. They are targeting kids. They're having kids. They're inviting kids. They have a children's area. It's going to have drag queens, all that crazy stuff. One of the things that was really concerning to me personally is if you go to their FAQ page, they say that they have no dress code and that they encourage people to express body positivity and sexual expression. Sounds like a really great kid-friendly event, right? So anyway, yeah, so me and Scott Nugent organized the first. My friend Rocky is here with me, and Logan Pieces, he's absolutely a rock and Gays Against Groomers, and appreciate him so much. Oh, I didn't even say my name. My name is Chris Barrett.
Chris.
And yeah, I'm a co-director. Yeah, I'm co-director of chapters, and co-director of chapters in Gays Against Groomers. I'm also the Missouri chapter leader, so that's why I'm involved here in Missouri. Anyway, so what it's going to be, it's going to be at 16th and Market Street, downtown St. Louis. We're going to be on the Memorial Plaza side. This is not just gay, lesbian, bisexual, trans people that we're inviting. We want everyone who can possibly make it to St. Louis to be here, because this is a fight for our children, and this is absolutely what we need. We all need to come together for this sort of thing. And so we're relying on everybody to show up. And so, yeah, if anyone in your audience, even if they don't necessarily live close to St. Louis or whatever, if they want to travel, or if they know someone that lives in this area, Illinois or whatever, it's close, you know, get your boat here. Gays Against Groomers is using this as our place to make a stand nationally. And so we definitely need your guys' help. So thank you so much, Jen, for allowing me on. Thank you, Rocky, for allowing me on. I feel bad, like crashing his party.
No, you're welcome. We'll have you on too, Chris. What time do you want? What time is the protest, sweetheart? So I can put it down on here.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't say that. Yeah, it starts at 10:30 a.m. Central Time. 10:30 a.m. Central Time. And the Pride event itself actually starts at 11. So we're just gonna, you know, have some time to gather people around. And we will have a couple high profile people there for sure. Scott Nugent, and we'll have Jamie Michelle, the founder of Gays Against Groomers. She'll be there. And then I'm known as probably the most hated gay man in Missouri, so I have a target on my back too.
Well, good. I can't wait. Good. You and I will get along just fine, and we will absolutely team up, and they would hate us both equally and more. Good. You know what? I think that it's so sad that they're like, you're either with us or you're against us. Dog eat dog type thing. Don't you dare be a free thinker. You should
Right.
you should be
Right.
on our side. And what really like I didn't show myself while you were talking, Chris. When you said there was no dress code, they promote body positivity and sexual
Yeah, free sexual
freedom.
expression. Hmm.
So that
Yeah.
means that you could perform any type of act and you won't be penalized for it whatsoever.
Right. I mean, I assume that there are probably limits based on the fact that St. Louis, I'm sure, has its own indecency laws, of course, but, and the police will be there, but, still, that I'm sure they're going to push a line, that shouldn't be pushed. I've been to pride events. I know how they can be. And I have no problem with them for adults. I mean, they can be fun and crazy and all that type of stuff, but for kids, no, not at all.
Absolutely. And I've been to pride events as well. And yeah, we don't want our children to see, I don't even want, like, I don't let my son see me kissing any boys. So it's like, who would want to even make out like that in front of a child is beyond me, either heterosexual, bisexual, homosexual, that it's sexuality in kids should be like oil and water.
Yeah,
It's like,
absolutely.
I don't kiss anybody in front of my son, and it's like I'd be skeeved out by that. Like, ew, no, what are you looking at me for? I can't do it. I can't do it. I'd have stage fright. But
Right.
I'm so grateful that you guys are doing this. You have Scott Nugent, and Scott Nugent was on What Is a Woman, and I just did a video on Scott the other day, Chris, and the problems that Scott has to deal with, all of these side effects to the surgeries, the infections, just the very embarrassing things that Scott has to go through after having these surgeries. It's petrifying, and I feel so bad, and it's so embarrassing for Scott, and it takes such a mental toll on Scott. I see Scott and how tired Scott looks. It's like, but Scott does this for free, like you guys do. You guys don't get paid for this.
No, we don't.
We all have full-time jobs.
Right. It's, and this is out of the kindness of your own heart to protect kids. And what people don't understand that it's like, no, they're doing this for free. They do all this for free. I don't want a kid to have to go through what Scott goes through. And Scott is grown in his 40s, right? 40 something.
He's 50 years old.
Geez, I thought he was in his 40s.
Yeah, he transitioned when he was 42.
Yeah, he was Kelly, and now he's Scott. And
That's right.
Scott had to go through a lot of things just to transition, but said, when I went in to see a therapist, first day was like, are you a transgender? And was here's some hormones, like, immediately. It's so crazy.
Yeah, Scott's a wonderful human being. I love him to pieces. He and I have become pretty good friends. That's how I was able to get him to come to the protest. He and I have done some work in Missouri together. He actually used to live in Kansas City at one point in time, Kansas City, Missouri. And so I guess he has kind of like maybe a soft spot in his heart for our state. So that's, here we are. So yeah.
Well, yeah, you're from a liberal state too. How do you even survive with that? I don't even know.
Oh, actually, no. Missouri's very much a red state.
Oh, it is.
Oh,
St.
yeah.
Louis
Yeah.
is St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh, not
I'm
St.
kidding.
Louis. Oh, good Lord, no. Okay, so St. Louis, Kansas City, St. Louis and Kansas City. Oh yeah, totally different story. Kansas City decided they wanted to become a sanctuary city. which is probably breaking Missouri law. So I think our attorney general is going to go after them. St. Louis did something similar, except it was just, I don't know, kind of an executive order from the mayor. And it really wasn't declaring themselves as a sanctuary city. It was just more, I don't know, some stupid, like, we're going to provide education to kids about gender affirming care and all this bullshit. So,
I
yeah.
can't.
Yeah. So anyway, but I feel
Yeah.
bad because I don't want to hijack Rocky's podcast.
You
So-
don't have to. I'll get you on too. Don't worry. I'm running a train on everybody from Gays Against Groomers. I am. I'm getting everybody on here. So
Okay.
I'm gonna run through everybody. We'll get you.
Okay. Well,
I'll
Rocky's amazing, and I'll turn it back over to him. But thank you, Jen. It was nice to meet you, and I look forward to maybe talking to you in the future.
Oh yeah, you'll see me very soon.
All right. Sounds good.
Bye, Chris. Thank you, Rocky. Yeah, you guys are doing such good things. I'm so proud of you guys, and I hope. Did you guys get like police to make sure that they got your back and to make sure nothing happens? Because you never know. You never know how they treat
Oh, yeah.
protesters there.
We
You
were
guys
we
got
were
your-
actually, that's what we did this morning. Yeah, we went down to the police department and talked to the detective, and not only that, but the organization is providing armed security as well. So our own, plus
Good.
there'll be bike cops and stuff. So I mean, if you're dumb enough to try something, I mean, by all means, you're not going to get the reaction you want. There are going to be armed guards, armed security, police, actual from from here.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want to.
You know.
Go too crazy if I were you guys.
Right. So if you guys are in the St. Louis area, remember it's on 16th and Market Street, the Memorial Plaza side of St. Louis, Missouri, 10:30 a.m. Central Time. If you want to protest and be on the side of sanity and to, protect children. No, again, like here, what I love about Gays Against Groomers is that they are these these stand on your feet. I am a free thinker. I will think however I want to, and we're gonna protect kids. And I
Yep.
can't believe how much hate that you guys get for just protecting children. Rocky, I don't get it.
I think somebody's feeding these people the wrong information, because when all they hear about all these bills coming out, it's like the don't say gay, for example, in Florida. The whole like Queen or you can't. All these bills have nothing to do with the community.
Breaking up real bad.
Bills. Sorry, none of these bills are directed toward anybody in any community, whether you're gay, lesbian, trans. The bills are specifically there to put safeguards in for minors so they aren't exposed to the sexual graphic material. Studies show that if they're exposed to that type of material really young, the brain doesn't develop right. They start to do things that you wouldn't normally do. It could lead you down a road, drugs, trafficking, prostitution. There's so many things that could happen with just 1 minute. 1 minute alone with the predator is all it takes for you to ruin your entire life.
You're right.
So I mean, to sit there and think that we're some kind of like right wingers, or we're not even gay, or just straight people trying to make a mockery of the community. Well, I want to ask you, why do you care to defend people who want to harm children so much? And they never want to answer that question.
Right. Why are you so defensive over the minor attracted persons instead of being on our side who want to protect children? And you're right. I'm interview over. Not answering that question.
Yep, pretty much.
How dare you ask me the hard questions, which they're not really that hard. It's just a simple question. Why are you? I would love to get somebody on, because I'm so staunchly like protect kids at all costs. I would like to get somebody on that side just for one show to be like, defend why you're all for the minor attracted persons thing and pro pedo. I want to know why. I don't know if I could do it, Rocky. I don't know if I could be diplomatic. I couldn't. I don't think so. I would probably be so sick to my stomach. Like, ugh, how could these people just, it reminds me of the person that took advantage of me and abused me as a kid. There was a lady that believed everything he said. Oh, he would never touch kids. He's innocent. He's innocent. He could literally have raped a child in front of her, and she would be like, no, he didn't do that. He says he's innocent. Yeah. And then come to find out,
Delusional.
right. And come to find out, that perp, the same perp that abused me, abused her son. So, ha, Teresa. I don't wish that on Scott, your kid, but what happened to he's innocent? He's innocent. And then you come to find out 20 years later that he molested your son too. Oh, he's not so innocent now,
Well, he
is
must
he?
be innocent.
Oh, and so, oddly
Did
enough,
you
you'll
hear
have
about?
women do that. Go ahead.
Did you hear about that? It was a tweet that came out this morning about the former state representative, the first ever transgender to hold a public office. They were arrested Thursday by Nassau police on alleging distribution of child sexual abuse images. This is an actual state representative who is transgender. It was unionleaders.com on Twitter, and it was at
Unionleaders.com.
7 o'clock this morning. Yeah.
You want to send it? You want
So
to
former state representative Stacey Marie Lofton. Yeah,
do you
I'm
want
gonna send it to you right now. It's like
yeah, send it to me in my
there. It's
messages. Ew, Rocky, get the frick out of here. No, I didn't see that. I look forward to meeting you guys so much. There you are. Got it. Daily article. Oh, okay. Daily Wire article. Well, it doesn't give me it was on Daily Wire. It doesn't give me the article, honey. Let me go back.
Here you go. I'm getting it to you right now.
Okay.
Ooh.
Wow, no, this is so
Wait a minute.
crazy. It was like those guys too that were they were pro LGBT activists, gay activists that they had adopted 2 little boys, and they actually abused them. It still doesn't give me the link. Oh, here we are. I got it. Oh my. Ew,
It's just a screen
Rocky.
grab of it.
I see it. I got it. Oh dear God. Unionleader.com. Former state representative Stacey Marie Lofton Av Derry, the first openly transgender person elected to the New Hampshire House of Representatives, was arrested Thursday by Nassau police on charges alleging distribution of child abuse images. Wow. That's pretty nasty.
Insane.
Hey, Gamma Rays. Oh my God. She's on TikTok. Girl, they banned me. They banned my TikTok. Hi, Gamma Rays. You guys, make sure you're following Gamma Rays here. RAES, like Ray, for ladies. Now, make sure you're following her here on YouTube. She's also on TikTok. That's how I found her. She did some amazing videos on basically I found Gamma because she did a stitch of that transgender Tara that says you're gonna I dare you to try to stop me from coming into the women's bathroom, and then proceeded to tell all of his transgender counterparts to arm themselves and to use the Second Amendment against women and children. Yeah. So welcome, Gamma. Yeah, that is absolutely insane. Girl, I'll email you. I just emailed you yesterday, I think. I'll email you. We'll get you on the podcast as well. They banned me from Twitter because some asshat keeps reporting my shit. Yeah. It's okay though. I'll just sign up for a new one. Oh, you got it? You're on account number 4 on TikTok. Look, she fits a lot. Poor Rocky. Poor Rocky. Every time we turn around, he's getting another one of his community guidelines violation. Get
Yep.
out of here. They
So
keep
I just
hitting
sent you another.
from Twitter.
Uh,
Okay, let me see. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Oh God. Oh God. What did you send me? Oh, get out of here.
yeah, they're just coming
Ram.
out with that. It was today too. Yeah, they came out today.
Oh my. Irreversible infertility. Wow, you don't say. Advocates of so-called gender-affirming care for children have sought to lower the minimum age for cross-sex hormone therapies, but waivers at a top Virginia clinic require patients to acknowledge a frightening list of potential permanent side effects. Okay, so these medications, again, Scott Nugent, who will be with you guys tomorrow, and St. Louis, Scott Nugent said that this is the same medication to chemically castrate sex offenders that they're given to these kids as puberty blockers. And now they're saying, well, it's irreversible infertility now. Well, we knew that when you started giving kids the same medications used to chemically castrate. And now, after all of this time, after calling everybody a bigot, now you're coming out saying that it's irreversible infertility. Here, you guys. Oh, I'm so angry. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my God, Rocky.
Well, I find it crazy though. Like this is coming out after all these states are making it sanctuary states for transing your kids. Now this information is coming out after they're doing it. You denied it. You said it didn't happen. We were crazy conspiracy theorists that no, you could put a pause on it. We told you no, and you're still letting all these kids do it. And now the reports are coming out that, well, they were right. You're going to be infertile. You're not going to have kids. You're not going to, you're going to have no normal life anymore. But thanks for your money.
Oh my goodness. So anybody and everybody who is afraid, you guys can go ahead and screenshot this right now. And if anybody gives you a problem about calling you a bigot because you say that puberty blockers are definitely causing irreversible infertility, you can tell them to up your nose with a rubber hose or up your ass with a giant fist. That's what you can tell them, because this is fucking crazy. See, this is why Ohio came out with their ban yesterday. We're banning gender affirming care here because we don't want our children. We want our children to be able to have children one day.
Yeah.
Just don't be making me no grandma when I'm like, I already told my oldest, like, he's so focused on school right now. I'm like, look, if you make me a grandma at like 43, I swear I will kick your ass. He goes, Mom, I'm so focused on school right now. I'm not focused on that. He's such a good boy. I'm
That's
like,
good.
yeah, I know. I raised some good kids, man. And here, it's so funny that I raise my kids to have the same morals and values that I do, and they're not bigoted assholes. So, wow, I think I'm doing a pretty damn good job. My
Yeah,
goodness.
you are.
I know you. You're awesome, Rocky. All right, love. Tell Chris I said I will see him very soon. Tell Scott
right.
Nugent I send my love, and I wish I could be there with you guys tomorrow. I really do. Anybody in the
know.
St. Louis area, I know I'm so fucking bummed, but I will see you absolutely very soon, and
Definitely.
I hope and pray that you guys are safe tomorrow. Please keep me in the loop. I know Rocky will be giving me some really cool footage, but let's just we'll play that by ear when I will be able to upload it. I might have to edit some stuff out, because if there are children involved, yeah, I have to edit them out of their faces off of my channel and everything else like that. So Rocky, I give you, I send all of my love, and I will say a protection for all of you, and tell everyone I said hi. Tell Jamie, Sasha, Chris, Scott, you, and I hug you guys. I love you guys. I'll see you very soon.
All right. Love ya.
Love you. Talk to you later.
All right. Bye.
Bye, Rocky. All right, that was Rocky. And then we got a little snippet of Chris, who also runs the Missouri chapter of Gays Against Groomers. And I heard that, Rocky. I heard that. So, we got to see Chris a little bit, but again, I will be bringing all of these, everybody that runs Gays Against Groomers. You guys, look, Japan, Canada, United States. And if you don't have a Gays Against Groomers in your vicinity, go on their website. Go on the Gays Against Groomers website and ask Jamie and Sasha to set you up with a chapter. You could do it. No, you're not going to get paid. They do have donation links, though, just to help with how they travel to all of this events, because Rocky paid for his own gas and hotels and everything, or Airbnbs and all this stuff. They do that out of the kindness of their heart. They work full-time job. Rocky works his ass off, pulling doubles. I haven't learned a lot about Chris, but I will. I'd like to get to know Chris too. They do this on their dime. And if you want to start your own chapter, you don't even have to be gay or anything or lesbian. But if you are, even better, because it's up to you guys to stand up and say, hey, listen, not all of us think like this. And then when we start our own chapters, we shatter the stigma, because a lot of the times, these far liberals, you get liberals or right wingers, you get wrapped up in that whole culture of the gender ideologies and all that. And it's just the gay people. No, it isn't. So make sure, if you want to start your own, that you go ahead and do that. And they have lots of resources. They have the Block Stupidity, Not Puberty shirt on their website and everything. And I urge you, if you are in the St. Louis area this weekend, show up and say, hey, listen, enough, leave the kids alone. And I wish I could have a loop of, hey, teacher, leave those kids alone. I wish I could play that on a giant boombox like the 80s, right? And protest, because kids, again, we don't care about the adults. We just don't want the kids involved. All right, you guys, thank you for joining me. Make sure you visit gaysagainstgroomers.com and you check out all of their resources that they have. This is for everybody. It's not for extreme mega Republicans. It's for everybody. So check out gaysagainstgroomers.com. And I will have, I'm trying to make this a weekly segment, you guys. So there's lots of them. I'm going to get Jamie, who's the founder of Gays Against Groomers. I'm going to get all of them on here at one point or another. So thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate you guys. I hope and pray that pendulum does swing finally, and we all stand up and say enough is enough. All right, guys, I love you all. And thank you for coming and joining today. See you guys. Mwah! Bye, y'all. Oh, their Cash App. There's a donation link here. Let me pull up Gays Against Groomers real quick while I have you here. I will pull this up to show you guys. Oops, wrong link. Here, I'll show you what the Gays Against Groomers website looks like. I'm on here all of the time. Right here. Okay, they have a fundraiser, the D-Trans Care Initiative Pride Month fundraiser. They have, during the month of June, 50% off all donations go to Gays Against Groomers and will go towards detransitioners that were medicalized as youth to assist the care and healing that they need. So I've already donated for the month of June. So I donated a nice hefty amount, actually. So I'm hoping that went to them, which that will. They have all kinds of resources here, you guys. Here's a donation link that they have right here. You can donate with Bitcoin and everything. And all you do is fill in your amount right here. Here, this is the donation link. I will paste this here in the chat, and I will paste it here on a banner. Let me see. Paste it here. Here, let me, this is, that was actually Frank's Info Savage here. I'll be having Frank back too, you guys. gaysagainstgroomers.com/donate. Again, if you want to donate with Bitcoin, you can. Damn, if you guys have Bitcoin, donate some to me too. I'd like a slice of Bitcoin. My goodness, I'm not set up to that. So just please don't. I'm just playing around. I'd like to be like, I wish I had some stock in Bitcoin. That'd be awesome. You could choose if you want to do a one-time, a weekly, or a monthly donation here on Gays Against Groomers. If you donate more than 300, I think you get a tax deduction. So just so you know, here you go. You have all of the homepage, the about page. They have the volunteers. You can chapter member, your state, your researcher. The chapters are Arizona, California, Colorado, Florida, Missouri, North Carolina, New York, Oregon, Tennessee, Washington, and Wisconsin. This is Rocky, and here's Chris. And then let's see what else that we have here. We have events that are coming up. The St. Louis counter protest, the June 24th at 10:30 a.m. Central Time, South 16th Street and Market Street, St. Louis, Missouri. Join Gays Against Groomers and Scott Nugent's Scott Nugent's Rainbow Rebellion as we make a loud stand that pride is not for kids. Did you guys see that? Pride is not for kids. That is what the mission here is, you guys. And everybody's going to tell you that this is the Don't Say Gay bill where they're lying. They're lying to you, and they're making you believe like, oh, this is a Don't Say Gay thing. These people are bigots. Well, how can you call them homophobic if you have a bunch of gay people here that run this? So I'm glad that they started this grassroots organization, and it is growing by the day. All right, y'all. Make sure you check out the Gays Against Groomers. You can donate to any chapter actually that you have in here. And if you want to contact Gays Against Groomers, it's really simple. Get in touch. Drop your name, which you have to, your email, which you have to, and type a message. Please, even if you give them like a word of encouragement, if you can't even donate, please thank them for what they do. I think it's great. I don't understand how anybody could attack them. That's why I made the decision to have them on my channel, because they deserve all of the love for what they do. As a mother, I thank them. I don't care if they don't have kids or not. Hey, thank you for what you guys do. All right, you guys, I love you very much. Very, 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 very much. I am leaving tomorrow, you guys. I am out. I am going on a little vacation. So I need this. It's just for a couple of days, but I need it. I will stay in touch though. I'll probably post when I get back. All right, guys. I see you later. Bye bye now. That was so cool.